14 podcast, and if you are listening to this, there are baseball games being played, exhibitions. Doesn't even matter. Who gives a fuck? Avery, how you doing, man?
Good. Yesterday was awesome. Today's game has been spoiled a little bit by Juan Soto and Aaron Judge being really good, and Juan Soto looking really cool in the Yankees pinstripes. But there's always Marcus Stroman pitching like shit to make us feel a little bit better. Rodon wasn't great. So maybe the pitching staff will sabotage the Yankees. But awesome.
Let's address the elephant in the room. The Yankees kind of rock. Like, listen, I know we're a Jays podcast. Obviously, we're going to take our biases out of it. Seeing Soto and Judge hit back-to-back, I mean, it rocks, right?
Juan Soto's going to be on first base 4 out of every 10 at-bats for Aaron Judge, it's going to feel like. And Aaron Judge is going to hit, instead of solo home runs, he's going to hit 2-run shots consistently. And I was hoping Juan Soto wouldn't look cool in the Yankees uniform. But then we turn on Yes Network to watch the game today. And the first thing is Michael Kay just saying, oh, look how cool this is. And Juan Soto's just warming up. So
I'm not going to beat around the bush. He looks awesome. I would have traded, and like I said, I'm not a prospect guy. I would have traded every prospect that's ever existed in the history of the Toronto Blue Jays organization for Juan Soto. Just so we're clear.
Just
he
for 1
is
year, Juan
insane.
Soto. Yeah.
Imagine him and Vladdy together and Bo. You kidding me?
He'd be awesome, and we can get him next year, hopefully. But I'm hoping
Ross, if you are listening to this, I know you're an avid listener. 450 million. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Whatever the Yankees offer, you double it. Double it and pass it on.
Kiss her slap. I think the funniest thing would be he takes them to the ALCS and then has an Aaron Judge type playoffs where they don't remember, the Yankees fans hate him so much because he left them for dead in the ALCS, so they get swept. And then he leaves the team and goes to the Mets or something. They're going to be great this year. It's the stupid Yankees aura where you just feel it. Like Verdugo is going to be great. There's going to be someone with the Matt Carpenter Linsanity run that makes the Yankees good. I think the Yankees are going to be way, way better than the O's this year, and that sucks.
Yeah, that's not a hot take, but if they suck,
spring training.
If they suck, god damn it, would that be funny, right? Would that be unbelievably funny? Before we go into the spring training stuff, though, how was yesterday, man? Obviously, I'm a massive FOMO guy, and Curtis, if you're listening to this, fuck you for FaceTiming me at 2:30 to make me feel even worse. No chance I was answering that. How was the night, man? I was told it was just all college kids there at Paris, Texas yesterday.
Yeah, I was young. One of the Laurier kids that I coach was there. I just see him across the bar. I was like, oh, it's one of those. It was good. Fucking just get in the side door with Alto like always because it's tough to get in there. And then so Ethan, it was Randa's birthday too. Shout out Randa.
Happy birthday, Tyler Randa. I'm sorry.
I didn't know it was his birthday.
I'm sorry for missing it. I love you. But yeah, what's up?
There's something to be said about you missing your buddy's birthdays.
I was being a responsible adult. I had to take care of my dog. I didn't want to leave my dog here by herself all night.
Everyone there agreed that Scarlett could have stayed at the Taylor.
What?
Everyone agreed that Scarlett could have stayed at the Taylor.
She really couldn't have, though. I wouldn't have been comfortable leaving a dog my dog in a place that she's never been before. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Paris, Texas, when we get slammed up against the bar there and you can't move, it just fucking kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And that's where we were again. So Ethan and I went to Weechee for a a and just hung out.
That's why we're waiting for the summer. Outdoors.
The outdoors.
I will say that the outdoors is scenes.
I hadn't even been inside of Paris, Texas until like December, I guess. We've been there a bunch, but we always just stayed outside. That's way better.
It's so fun, man. I had bad FOMO, but what I kept telling myself is whatever, we'll make up for it in the summer. I mean, I went out 3 times last week, so I get that. And anyways, it was a good weekend. Fun. I mean, like I said, happy birthday, Randa. I'm happy you guys had a fun night. You guys didn't have a booth, I'm assuming?
No. I wasn't a part of that. No one else did. But I would like to talk about our travel plans for next week.
Okay. So if you're listening to this and you are not on Twitter, I don't know how you would have no idea about this, but I guess we'll rehash it. So me, Avery, Alto, and Evan, Avery's brother, we book our flights to Tampa, to Tampa, right?
Yeah.
And it's through Lynx Airline. By the way, I've never heard of Lynx Airline in my life.
No,
Never heard of it ever. Didn't even know it existed. Whatever. Uh, so I'm scrolling through Twitter 2 days ago, I want to say. Yeah, 3 days ago. 3 days ago. And I see a tweet like Lynx Airline is shutting down services after Monday. And I was like, this can't be like this can't be right. Like this has to be some sort of troll. So I sent it to you guys, and you guys are like, this has to be serious, but let's wait it out. Within 2 hours of me sending it to you guys, I get an email from Lynx Airline pretty much saying, fuck you. We don't run the business anymore. We're done after Monday. We don't have a customer service department, so good luck trying to contact us. You have to go through directly through your credit card company to get the money back. It's the most Gate 14 thing I've ever fucking heard. What was your reaction? Because honestly, I kind of had like a little feeling like you knew with the Gate 14 boys, something fucked was going to happen no matter what. There was going to be some meltdown or we were going to miss a flight. At least it was this, but you knew something bad was going to happen, right?
Yeah, I laughed. I didn't even feel bad about it because we were Air Canada home the whole time.
Yes.
So someone asked, "What are you guys still gonna go?" I was like, "Well, we already have everything booked and the return flight home." So my first thought was, of course, this is gonna happen. At no point was I ever mad. I was like, "This is so stupid." Of course, it's gonna happen when we go.
At
Spring
least it
training
wasn't on
for
the flight back, though, because that would have been catastrophic to figure out. The flight back is with Air Canada. Thank God. I guess we could tell the people what we're doing instead. We have a flight literally the exact same time. 7 a.m. on Friday morning is the
Friday
flight.
morning.
Like I
Yeah.
said, we're going out Thursday night. So if anyone wants to go out to Two Cats and see us there before we take on Florida, you could do that. We're going from Toronto with Flair Airlines, who I'll say it
It's just as
doesn't
bad.
have the greatest reputation for an airline on the internet. We're going with it Flair to Tampa, not or to Orlando, not to Tampa. And then we are taking the rental car and driving an hour and a half to Tampa or to Clearwater to our Airbnb, which we can't check into until 5. So
No way. Is
yeah,
that
we
real?
can't check in like 3 or 5, I think it is. But
Okay.
I don't know what the hell we are going to do from that 9 a.m. land. It's like 9:50 a.m. land to the Jays game in Tampa Bay. I think we just might have to just
Play
chill.
golf.
I don't know what we're gonna do because I
Yeah.
can't drink. Obviously, I got to drive Tampa and back to like for the Airbnb while we go to the Jays game. What are we gonna like? This is catastrophic. To make it clear, this is nightmare fuel.
Um, thank God the game's at 6 o'clock though. The Yankees Jays game. It'll be interesting to see. I'm very excited to get down there and just see what spring training is all about. After seeing the second half of yesterday's game though, the Phillies game, like, are we just gonna get up and leave at some point?
Yeah, that's something that's gonna have to get talked about. I've made it very clear, and listen, this is fun. Whatever, we're all watching baseball. Baseball's on the TV. I've made it very clear. After the third or fourth inning, I couldn't give a shit less about this game. I really couldn't. And I know we're supposed to be happy baseball's back. I might as well watch a D1 college baseball game. I'm not a prospect guy, so I don't care. But we're going to be leaving a lot of games in the fourth and fifth. I want to make that as clear as possible. I will not be staying the entire 9 innings ever for a
Yeah,
game.
maybe to the sixth if we know someone's gonna pitch that we want to see too. But
Yeah.
it'll be. I wanted to see what the prices are like for all the games, and it'll be nice to get the vlog out there so people can see it. I saw some people just tweeting like, what Steinbrenner Field was like, and it looked awesome on the outside. So you get a nice up close and personal look at some of the Toronto Blue Jays, and hopefully we get to see like a Bassett start or something like that, or a Gosman start, because I think we should luck into one of those.
We should. Depends. Like, I mean, we're there for 5 days, right? 5 games, I think. We should at least get one of our guys starting, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. I think
But
so.
yeah, it's also to see baseball back. I guess before we go into the games, let's talk about the giveaways. I mean, the Jays did not drop the ball with these giveaways. These giveaways rock, Avery.
Everyone gets
For
a
the people that don't
bobblehead.
know, we got the Blue Jays are doing giveaways. Obviously, they have a Boba Shep bobblehead, uh, Kevin Gossman bobblehead, Chris Bassett bobblehead, which rocks. Yusei Kikuchi bobblehead, which is unreal too. We're here.
Yeah,
We are here.
Barrios had a Gold Glove one too.
Barrios Gold Glove bobblehead. This is awesome, dude. This is when you know baseball season coming up. Where would you rank the bobbleheads? Bias aside, obviously, 3 out of the 4 of those, or 2 out of 4 of those guys, I don't even know the other ones, are our guys. But where would you rank the cool? I think the Bassett one's the coolest one by a landslide because it has the little pups there, little two
Okay.
dogs beside the hound dog.
I gotta look the promotion schedule and see what we can get. Home opener. Oh my god, give me the bobbleheads, man. Work from the dome though. I don't know what's gonna be special about that. There's a bucket hat giveaway for cricket night.
Yes,
Um,
that rocks.
how do we feel about Chris Bassett being on country night? That just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of profiling from the Toronto Blue Jays. It's a little bit of profiling from our Toronto Blue Jays, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of all these promotions, man. I mean, will I be camping out and going
Why can't I just
to
see all of the bobbleheads in one place? There.
I'm not sure. But will I be camping out and going out of my way to go to these bobblehead games? No. Will I be trying to poach and weasel my way to get a Chris Bassett bobblehead from Chris Bassett specifically? Yes. That will be happening.
You so the Kikuchi one is a Wednesday. You think that's gonna be that busy? I just don't think
Oh,
it's gonna be
Avery,
that
come on,
busy.
bro.
I
Come
don't
on,
think
dude. Yes.
I
Yes,
don't
I
think it is.
promise you it'll be busy.
All of the bobblehead days are on Wednesdays, so that is their way of getting people in the park instead of weekends because
That,
they
yeah, they're
filled.
trying to weasel. Yeah, I know what they're doing. They're the Shapiro's cooking. I get that. They're trying to get people in the park during the week, bring up the attendance numbers. Because I'll
Okay,
say it.
bobbleheads. Here we go. I got them all
Okay,
together
let's hear
now.
it.
The Bichette one is the worst by far.
Yeah.
Uh, Gosman is him throwing the gum. I wish it was gum wrapped with dip in it, like he probably does. The Brios one is kind of cool. Kikuchi one's up there because it's
Yeah.
just that's Kikuchi with that leg lift, and then the Hound one's also good. So I will rank them. Kikuchi's number 1, Hound number
Yep.
2, Gosman 3, Brios 4,
Hmm.
and then Bichette 5.
Okay. Yeah, the Bichette one, the Brios one don't move me. I mean, the gold glove aspect of it is cool. I'll say that. But other than that, like, does it really move you, Avery? Like the Bassett one's cool. I have said that time and time again, obviously on the show. The having the dogs beside him is
Yep.
fucking awesome. Adds a little bit of an element to it. But the Coochie one's sick. I'm not a big promotion guy. I know a lot of our listeners are, so that's fine. I know that's something to get the fans a little bit excited about to go to a weekday game.
Get
Other
the
than
fans
that
in the
though, it's
building.
like it's that means baseball's coming up here, so you just love to see that. And I love the way they announced the bobbleheads as well. You know, I loved how they did like that person was drawing a picture of what the promotion was. That was cool.
Shout out to the social team. They've done a good job this spring. Like
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job.
every video that's come out has been good. So
Yeah,
shout out to the social team.
yeah, I think they've done a really good job. And obviously, it's I mean, it's not the hardest job to do on the planet. You just like get to cover the Toronto Blue Jays, which is awesome, which is fun as fuck, and that's something they love to do. So I do respect them doing that. But let's go to the games here, Avery. Obviously, yesterday we had the return of Big Hit Wit. Our guy True RGM was wearing the Wit socks, which will never not be funny to me. I want to make that
So
clear.
good.
That will never not be funny to me that he wears the Wit socks. But yeah, that game was kind of awesome to watch. I mean, it was cool to see an offense actually like string together hits. I know it's spring training. I know you're not facing literal like big leaguers, but watching that team string together hits, Avery, yeah, I like that shit. Call, call me
When
crazy.
when there was the top of the order that was just kind of going through, it was the Bichette hit into a Turner RBI that I was like, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Because Bo was on second. No, singled. He
Single stolen base.
stole a base immediately, and then Turner drove him in. It's like I could get fucking used to seeing that every single day. Bo clearly slimmed down. Like there's
Clearly, he's swiping bags like he's fucking Billy Hamilton out there.
yeah. I remember we brought Keegan on last year, and that was his thing. Like Bo was gonna steal a lot more bases
I
last
remember
year.
that.
So I wonder if we can look back and see what Bo was doing in spring training last year for us to think that as well. But it was immediate. It was such a good jump he got as well. And then Justin Turner, what he's brought in, what he's been good at doing his whole career, driving people in when it matters, runners in scoring position, and drove him. That was sick. I think one of the big losers from yesterday. It's game 1 of spring training. You don't want to sewer guys, but I think the fan base has sewered him for himself, and that's Santiago Espinal, 0 for 3 error, and it's just like
No, well, I honestly I wouldn't even really say he was the worst. Like Nasty Nate. We're gonna
well,
ignore that.
Zulueta was just as bad too,
But
probably
Zulueta
worse.
wasn't the #1 pitching prospect in baseball like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Nate changed his glove to a black glove, and I think that's
Hate that.
really, yeah, I think
Bad
that's like when
aesthetic.
you, I know, especially when you can go blue or you can go baby blue with the gloves. He had a cool glove last year, so I think he fucked himself on that one.
Yeah, maybe the cool glove is what ruined it. But I'll tell you what, this dude Nate Pearson, I don't give you care if you throw 100. This dude was throwing cock shots. If you give up a home run to Scott Kingery in the year 2024, chalk it up, brother.
Man, Scott Kingery signed a 6-year deal as a minor leaguer. They really believed in him back in the
Things really
day.
worked out after
I
that.
swear he hit 19 home runs one year. 19, I think he hit 19 home runs.
Well, yeah, things really worked out for Scott Kingery.
Scott Kingery's been doing it big, man.
He is terrible, Scott Kingery.
We can go through some of the guys who pitched as well and go through this lineup and see what happened. Like what we remember. Chad Dallas was good to start.
Really good.
We have the Ricky Tiedemann injury, and what they were telling us about his injury was confusing to me. They said he had an issue between his hamstring and his calf, which would put it in your knee. If like right, it's just
I'm not a
knee injury.
biologist. I'm not a biologist. I don't know if that's what that is. Is that okay?
Well, I mean, if you touch your hamstring and then you touch your calf,
yes,
the thing in the middle is your knee.
Okay.
Chris Bowling brought that up to us. So if it's
so they just didn't want to say knee injury.
I guess well, they said it was day to day anyway, so whatever it was doesn't seem. But that is unfortunately how Ricky Tiedemann's career with the Blue Jays has gone so far. It's just been injuries, tough time staying on the mound. So hope we get some good news with Ricky T here soon, because every video that came out about Ricky Tiedemann in the spring was sick.
Oh,
he was like 96, just doors.
I don't know what it is. Like if you show something in slow-mo, I'll automatically think it's sick. Like you could show like a rhino having sex in slow-mo and I'll watch it. I don't give a shit. If it is slow-mo, if there is a video in slow-mo on my timeline, I am watching it no matter what. Whatever it is. Some like watching paint dry in slow-mo. I don't like get ready with me. I don't know. I will watch it if it is in slow-mo, no matter what. And watching Ricky T throw from the left side 97 in slow-mo, yeah, that's what got me going. And it sucks to see the fact that he dealing with injuries again, which is shitty, especially where he kind of has a history of an injury history like we were talking about. But yeah, I hope we get to see him to his full potential. He threw 62 innings last year. I'm not going to be a dick, but that's unacceptable, right? Like that's
we need to at least double that this year.
Yes. So
if we're hoping to build him up into a major league rotation the year after.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys that most people would know who pitched, Zach Pop gave up a leadoff double, got out of it though. He was fine. Nate Pearson threw one splitter.
And Pitching
good.
Ninja posted it. And Pitching Ninja, have some shame. Have some shame. And we're posting a Nate Pearson splitter when his ERA is 1,000. Let's have some shame, please.
And then Yosver Zulueta goes 2/3 of an inning, 6 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned runs.
Okay, that's not where you want to be.
Yeah,
and that's not where you want to be.
He's
I don't know. I don't know if I'd
3 strikeouts.
I don't know if I don't know if I'd say I've given up on Zulueta, but like he is fairly old, right? Like how old is he?
I'm gonna look here. Yeah, he's not. He is born. Oh yeah, he's fucking our age, man. He's 26.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how many times or how many chances a guy could get. I'm a believer in second chances, obviously, and just all that, but he is not doing himself any favors.
Yeah, he had good steam going into last year, and it's kind of just gone out. So the Double-A closer, Mason Fluharty, I think that's how you say his name. He went an inning as well. He's a left-handed reliever that he's like a fastball cutter slider guy who's only 92, but the fastball has good metrics. He was good again yesterday.
So you like what you saw from him?
I did. He was almost the ones of prospects to watch, but I don't think his ceiling is that high.
So he throws 92 though.
I know exactly, but his numbers were really good, and the slider is really, really good as well. Lineup wise, who stood out for you? Because I know I have one.
Let's hear it. Who's yours?
It was Dalton Varsho.
Oh, he looks, and I know, like, obviously we're gonna have the losers on Twitter. Oh, that's an average first baseman gets it, but he didn't. And
No,
Dalton
well,
Varsho,
he also had two other hits. So like
yes,
if that one gets caught, whatever. He's 2 for 3. And drove in one at least.
and you know what, Avery, we've kind of, I don't think we've talked about Varsho that much on this show, like about how we're excited to see him this spring and see the adjustments he made. I think we've kind of swept that under the rug. We haven't really talked about that as much with
I
Varsho, but
did I have put a stance out there. I don't know if it was on this one, but I did the walk off the other one, and I did a TikTok video where I think Dalton Varsho hits 30 home runs this year. I think
God damn it.
he's the easiest bounce back candidate. I think we said last episode we think Kiermaier and his production will swap pretty easily.
Yes. I think better though. I think better than that. I think way better than that.
The upside's way better than that. If you can cut down some swing and miss out of his game, and half of his hits don't come from bunt, I think he's got a chance to be really good. He's still a young guy. That guy's hit 28 home runs once in his career already. Like this 30 home runs isn't out of the realm of actual possibilities for Dalton Varsho.
I noticed something a little bit different in his approach. I last year he was kind of shying away from offering at that elevated fastball.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Really,
Like
he was really bad with it.
yeah, he was really bad with it. And like yesterday, he was kind of attacking that part of the, like when they would attack that part of the zone, he was kind of thinking swing first. I don't know if that's just, obviously it's only one game. We can't really talk about it like it's a full spring sample size, but Yankees just hit another home run, 8-1. But yeah,
who's
I
pitching
just,
right now? Anyone?
I don't know. It's Junger.
Oh, Hayden. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it's a massive difference, and I don't know if it's what he'll be doing all spring. But I will say that Varsho pull side balls rock, because I don't know if it's just his swing or what
Cook
it is.
pitched
But
and we missed that. Fuck.
what?
Connor Cook pitched and we missed it. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts.
But what I was gonna say was about that Varsho was he the fact that because his bat speed is as quick as it is, when he pulls a baseball, he shits on it.
Yeah.
Like his exit velo is insane.
He swings a small stick too. If you go, so we go to the J shop, we'll just walk around kind of on like early morning, and they have Dalton Varsho bats. I swear he swings like a 33. Everyone else is swinging like 34s.
Really?
Yeah,
Small hands.
He swings the small stick, but
Yeah.
he's gonna swing it with authority. He should be one of the more fun players on the Blue Jays. Sick in the outfield. You get him on base, he's stealing a ton of bases.
For sure.
He provides so much value defensively, base running wise. And the only thing is if he can get the sweet stick going. And I think he'll figure it out, man. He's getting older. There's going to be some other people like Matt Haig getting his hands on him, I think is a great thing.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what he does the rest of this spring, man, because I know a lot of people talk about like don't put as much stock into spring. With hitters, you kind of can. And just based off of their approaches, you can't fake it. You're facing big league pitching no matter what. Or you're facing borderline big league, minor league pitching. You can't like what we see now is like the closest to what we will see in season. You know what I mean? And last year, Varsho a little bit struggled in spring. I don't think he was that good in the spring training, and it kind of showed in the season for him, unfortunately. But
there is something to be said for being on the new team too, right? And I think it was Kiermaier who came out with the quotes that said a little too much pressure on himself for last season. So
yeah,
more comfortable here, ready to do some damage, man. He should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking. Varsho rocks, man. I know we were hard on him last year, rightfully so. The guy was a tough. We watch every game. It was tough to watch that guy play every game, like at the plate. It was tough, and
him and Chappie were the same thing, like just middle pitches that they
couldn't hit it.
Yeah, just
couldn't hit
anything with it.
Yeah, he was incredible. Let's talk about the freak athlete, IKF.
There was it was a scheduled strikeout first at bat.
Avery, that was
I said
one
it
of
in the pregame
worst.
show.
That ball he swung at wasn't even in the strike zone for half a second.
No,
like he battles to a 3-2 count, which is awesome. Obviously, gets to a 3-2 count with I believe runners on, and he's spitting on pitches that are like good pitches, and then he swings at a ball in the other batter's box.
Yeah,
it's the IKF experience. But what does he follow it up with? That next at bat, little RBI single for the kid. Little RBI single up the middle for IKF. He's gonna be just as a Jays fan, you just gotta watch IKF and just with a smile. That's all. You know, like
Yeah,
we're not expecting the guy to be fucking
appreciate him
Chapman.
for what he brings because it's not going to be great. So whenever he does something good, we just gotta be happy for IKF.
He's like uh that kid that's not on non-scholarship on a college baseball team
Mm-hmm.
that he plays like on senior day and everyone's just like clapping it up for him like come on let's get a hit and then he
Yeah.
gets a hit and everyone goes crazy. That's what IKF is. That's the only way we can describe him. Everyone loves him. The fans should love watching him because it just if you go in with an open mind, don't look at the money the Jays gave him, and you're just like this is a cute little guy. It's our little Hawaiian, Malakaliki Maka. It's our little Hawaiian. That's what IKF is. That's how you have to approach IKF this season with hashtag fun. That's what baseball is. It's sport. It's fun.
Unless he's the starting third baseman, and then there's going to be very different narrative.
Yeah, it'll be a different tone. It'll definitely be a different tone if he's the everyday third baseman. Yeah. But what I'm treating IKF as is what we treated Bradley Zimmer.
Yes.
It's like, come on. Like he's hitting like, but I mean,
and it was like Kikuchi at the start of last year too.
Or Kikuchi when he was in the bullpen, 2023, right? Or 2022. We were like, let's go. He's throwing 98 out of the pen. That's what it is. I hope he's not an everyday guy. Unless the freak athlete just earns that role in spring training, then I'm all in on him being an everyday starter. But you just got to go into it with an open mind and just watch it like you're watching that cute little kid that all the parents love that the team doesn't really care about. That's just playing baseball. Just because his mom says to get out of the house. That's how you got to treat it as.
Other than that, from yesterday's game, Bo Bichette just gets up there and top
he's
spins a single up the middle twice.
And
I want to see him. He should be leading off, I think, at this point.
No, but then you take away how good he is running scoring position, though.
But what did he drive in, like 70?
Yeah, well, that was because the guys in front of him were dog shit.
I know, but he's so good at getting on base by base hits. Like, who cares? Just get him on base. Justin Turner hits behind him instead. We put Justin Turner 2-hole. Like, Bo Bichette's going to get on base by hitting singles. And that's the way his approach works the best right now is him spraying the ball all over the yard for singles. I would love to see Bo Bichette sell out for power, but it's just not who he is. I don't think that'll ever be who
I think he would be really bad like that, I think.
I know. So at this point, I'm fine. Like, just fucking hit him lead off. Get him on base. And let Justin Turner try and sell out for some power.
Yeah, that's fine. I could agree with that. I will say this about Bo Bichette, which is why I love him so much, is he is just like he could roll out of bed and just hit 310 on a season. He is just such a pure hitter. And if you watched yesterday, they're throwing these elevated fastballs at him, and he just flicks his wrist and hits it the other way. Just a little single the other way. And I guess that kind of goes back to your point on Bo Bichette leadoff. I wouldn't hate that. But in terms of how good he is at hitting, you want him up with runners on because of his ability to hit these singles, these little doubles with runners on, right? I mean, it kind of takes it away from it, no?
Well, it's in that case, it's either lead off or hit him 4. But I guess you want your best hitters to have the most at bats possible. I don't know what I would do with him, but he is very good at what he does now. Again, I would like to change him to sell out for more power, but yeah. I mean, I'm not the hitting coach. He is a very, very good Major League Baseball shortstop the way he can hit. And he made a throw in the hole yesterday. I don't know if he did backhand in the hole, and he made a throw to first base with some arm strength that I hadn't seen from him ever. I don't think usually we get the looper ones that you'll get some arm side run to it, and it looks like he throws it sidearm, the ball dips its way to first base and Vladdy picks it out. But there was some really good arm strength there. So again, there's 162 games you got to get through. Your arm is not going to hold up through that. Everyone's dying by the end of the season, I'm sure. But I was very intrigued to see that at the start.
But honestly, man, you could even make the pure hitter comment about Justin Turner. I mean, he gets that kind of middle inside pitch a little bit yesterday. flicks his wrist and sends it back up the middle for an RBI single. It's just having those two guys hit back to back and obviously pick each other's brains is going to be massive this year, man. It's going to be massive. And Justin Turner's swing also just rocks. And you said it, you tweeted it. He looks so good in the new in the Blue Jays uniform. It's insane. I don't know if it's the color contrast, Big Word Johnny with the color like his ginger with blue. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, we had seen
But
him with the Dodgers for forever too, right?
true. It's another good point. Yeah,
I
that
think
makes
it was
sense.
similar, but he did. So he does the things where he takes the two buttons off the top, and then he flips the jersey in to like
That
really open
rocks.
up the chest. Is cool, and then he cuts out. I don't know who sponsors him. Maybe it's Under Armour or something,
Yeah.
but he cuts off the Nike logo of the undershirt. So he's two buttons undone, jersey flipped inside, and chest hair just hanging out. He and then you're gonna see him when he I don't know if some people have never watched Justin Turner play. He puts so much pine tar on the middle of his bat that when he's in the on deck circle and he lays his bat against his shoulder, there's a huge stain by his the
Gritty.
name bar on the back. I
That's
would love
gritty.
I would love Jano to have that too and like use it on his catcher's gear so we can get some pine tar for the pitchers on there. I think it would be nice for
That's
Jano to
gritty
learn
from
that.
our guy Turner. That's gritty. I love that. Yeah,
It
it's
did
just
look really cool. And if he's just gonna keep banging at age 45, whatever he is, man, I
fuck
don't
it.
care. I don't care.
Like this is another thing which is like we didn't really talk about last year because he wasn't really that bad on the base pass, but watching these older fellows run is going to be funny this year.
Oh my
Like
god.
seeing Springer, who by the way we still have 3 years left on that contract. Fuck. Watching Springer run, watching Turner run, it's one and the same. It's going to be
Okay.
hilarious.
Imagine this lineup. Springer, Turner, Vladdy, Vogelbach, Kirk. Imagine that in a lineup.
This
You're
lineup should be good on paper, Avery.
Yeah, I was just thinking base running wise, how bad
Oh,
that
base
would be.
running wise, that's my hell.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my
That
hell.
Vogelbach was not very good today, but you give him a tough left-handed pitching matchup early on, and
We could
that's
talk
fine.
about today's game.
Well, I'll just do one more thing. Jano just going out there. What did he do? Smack a double down the line.
Yeah, just that's what Jano does. And
He
by the way,
also gets up out of bed, gritty as fuck, and just rips one down
oh,
the line.
he's he is like the definition of just grit
Yes, he is.
at the plate. Like he gets up, and I hope you're listening to this. Maybe I'll send him this clip. I'm gonna clip this and send this to him. Jano gets up to the plate, no BGs, probably not even wearing underwear. Let's call it what it is. He's
Should we
gritty.
chirp him a little bit for the hand guard on the front hand
The
though?
handguard, we could work on that, Jano. It's a little soft, what the streets are saying. But he gets up there, massive dip in his mouth, probably a dip and is in, goes into the dirt, wipes the dirt, claps his hands, and then we'll just hit a pull side double 115 off of the left side fence and just casually stroll into second base like he does this shit. That's what
It
Jano does.
he's got to be one of the fan favorites for everyone, man. Just a gritty player, old school ball.
Homegrown guy too,
Yeah, he
right?
dove into second head first slide, and it was pretty. I thought there's definitely a chance for that to be fucked up. Jano,
That's the Jano effect, man.
I would love to have him re-signed for a couple years, man. And
Yeah, it'd be good for the brand also. He'll be at the Gate 14 house this time next week. But it's all I mean, it's cool to just talk baseball again, man. And seeing Jano literally just shit on that baseball is like, oh, this guy's gonna have a monster year if he could stay healthy. He really is. And then
takeaways from these past 2 days, anything for you?
I just think the offensive approach maybe from the it's hard to tell, man. I can't speak. I'm not quite sure yet. It's still so early, but
No,
maybe we'll
for
start
sure.
seeing the biggest takeaway, obviously, is Bo Bichette starting to get a little more lethal on the base pass. I mean, he was stealing bases day one of spring training, game one. So that's probably something that we should look out for as Bo Bichette bags, coming more and more into the season. But yeah, that's pretty much the only takeaway I have is like just the aggressiveness on the base pass from Bo Bichette, which is something that we kind of saw last year, but he's way faster now. So that should be something that we should stick a pin in, as the kids say.
Yeah, we can move on to the game that's currently going on right now, and that is
Dog shit
the
game.
yeah.
Like I honestly, if
when
we're gonna
Rodon
be at
went
the stadium on Friday, if this is how the game ends up, I'm leaving in the third.
brother,
I
I'm
just
fine
couldn't
with
care
that.
enough to watch this.
It might be nice
Again, with all
to
the
do some drinks though. Do some drinks at the yard, walk around a little bit.
yeah,
So
maybe pray to the boss.
my parents were telling me that the Dunedin Park, there's just an elementary school in left field,
Yeah,
and
there is.
Vladdy,
That's where Vladdy hits the balls off of.
that's that's fucked.
Yeah, it's fucking great. What happens when if the Jays face the pirate, or I guess that pitcher's in prison now, the pedophile on the Pirates. I was going to say what happens if the Jays are facing him, and they play near the elementary school,
And
but I guess
Felipe
that guy's not.
Vasquez, if he's pitching,
Yeah, I was going to say maybe
he
maybe he's
can't play
not
there.
at the school anymore, or not allowed to play baseball anymore. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see the boss. Obviously, we're going to George Steinbrenner Field. Maybe we should get a picture of us praying or bowing down to the boss. Rest in peace. But yeah, I will. If this is how the game ends up, I won't be. But we were speaking about Jano, and this is a good segue. Jano obviously shows out yesterday at the plate. What does Thick Jesus do? First AB or second AB?
Second.
Sends a baseball into the fucking. That was just a piss missile line drive that just never stopped.
No.
It was just the most Alejandro Kirk dong of all time. And his home runs, we may have talked about this earlier in the offseason. His home runs rock because it's coming from such a small, condensed human being where it just rocks.
Yeah, the way the funniest thing I liked about Kirk's home run today was look at where the left fielder is playing, because he runs back so far to try and catch the ball that's just way out of the park. I could not believe where they were playing defensively.
No respect.
The main thing I wanted to hang my hat on last year was Kirk fucked start to the season. Didn't get there in time for spring training.
Yeah.
Kind of messed everything up. Same with Belt. Belt decided to take like the first week off. That was nuts as well.
That was crazy. That was insane, dude.
So Kirk, it seemed to kind of haunt his whole season, which it shouldn't have. And Belt struggled at the start as well. But that is awesome to see Kirk early. And Kirk, Vic Carapazza was behind the plate. He was brutal today, and Kirk was just stealing strikes that he wasn't given to. The Judge one to Bowden Francis in the first inning. He steals what should be two low strikes. Umps don't call him. They have to work up in the zone. Judge just sends a piss missile up into the middle. So the pitching wise, it doesn't look great again today. And like Eduardo Escobar, 0-for-3, 2 punchies. Vogelback didn't look great.
I'll say this, and I know Eduardo Escobar showed up to spring training maybe a little bit later, right? No, he would have been on time. Maybe a day later. He just looked unserious to play. And I know it's the first day of spring training, but his at bats were fucking terrible. Just some horrible at bats from Eduardo Escobar today. Just unserious at bats. That first one, I think he struck out on 3 pitches.
Yeah, he did not look good. David Schneider looked good in left field. Arm
really
strength
good.
Looked good. So good for his little offseason. I think I want you back on Addison Barger, by the way. You can't tell me you watch his swing and you don't go hell yeah every time that guy takes a hat.
But I watch his swing. The problem with his swing is Addison Barger's swing. When he misses, like when he swings and misses, he looks like the biggest idiot on the planet. Like his swing and
should cheer for those guys though.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. I just think I don't know. Maybe I just hate rich people. He just when he swings and misses, it's so bad. It looks like just a Looney Tunes. You know when they swing and miss and he
spins himself into the dirt.
Like their body goes through the fucking ground. That's what Addison Barger's swing looks like. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think you should be back in on him based on how his swing is. Maybe not him. Other things, I'm fine for you to hate on him, but that seems like the type of guy you'd like. So that's why I want to push back on that a little bit. And then Paul Maggiani doesn't make one play effort. He's almost positionless based on where they need him. They are trying him kind of everywhere. There was a play in the first, I think it was the Verdugo right away. There was a play, tough play, didn't make it. But then he almost hits a 3-run tank, I believe, down the line. Misses the left field foul pole by that much. That's just easy power, man. He'll have a chance in the big leagues at some point.
It's just hard to sell the fans on a DH prospect. Like he has no spot.
Well, third base is kind of his spot,
but that's like the hardest position to play.
Yeah, he made some good plays in the fall league at least. I don't know what his numbers were totally, but yeah, it is hard to sell people on bat first. But that's what everyone claims to be missing is bat first guys. Anyways, and then some of the pitchers today, Bowden was pretty good. He just got BABIP to death. It seemed tough when
And
you
he
don't
got
get
squeezed by a pretty decent amount of bad calls.
yeah when you don't get the low strike at all, and you have to pitch Aaron Judge up. He is going to crush it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was about you don't get worried about that. And then Mitch White comes in
Oh my
throwing
God.
98 miles an hour today.
Mitch Aroldis Chapman White. I don't know what the hell happened to this dude. We didn't see that before, right? That was insane.
I think it was what 3.5 miles an hour on average.
So we gotta piss test that lad, right? That's fuck Avery.
He didn't get any strikeouts, gave up 2 earned still. But that is a very intriguing thing to see. I have no idea what's in the cards for Mitch White this year, but he did himself a good service today by throwing 98 miles an hour.
Salute to Mitch White, man. That was like when I saw that, I was like, is the Yes Network gun bump? Like 98 on that was insane. I gotta tip my cap to Mitch White.
Trevor Richards came in and stunk it
Oh,
up.
that was bad. I tweeted this. We'll always remember the Linsanity run Trevor Richards had for like a 3 or 4 month time period where he was like 86% strikeout rate. That rocked. But that guy, with all due respect, that dude is dead and gone, right? He was terrible for like the second half of the season last year.
Yeah, because he came back from an injury, and I don't think he was good after that.
And I mean,
would be
unless
interesting
he's
to
still
dive
injured right now, I'm not sure. But
yeah, you'd
he
hope an
like,
off season would be able to fix that injury.
unless that injury's still nagging him. But he
I
looked.
didn't see Connor Cook pitch, but I'm gonna go back and watch that after as well. So that's kind of all I got. Ernie, no hits at the top there, and really no hits from fucking anyone. They have 2 hits.
Yeah,
today.
I think his team had like 2. The team had like 3 hits today, or so
quite
far.
literally still at 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going
so
many ball games like that.
Yeah, well, it's also the minor league guys hitting.
100%. I'm not.
Escobar terrible today, but yeah. Oh no, speaking of hit Devils, there's a hit right there. Jay score a run, bases loaded.
Who got that one?
I'm not sure. I like I said, I don't know any of these prospects' names. But yeah, going back into that, I wanted to talk about that fan that wore the IKF jersey that we talked about on the live stream. All time. What a beauty. What a legend. That's why we started this show, man. Just for funny shit like that. Like that is hilarious, right? Like that is just undeniably hilarious. And obviously that's the fans that we want. That's the list
again.
What?
Who did he tape over again? I forget.
Stroman? Oh yeah, he taped over a Stroman 6 jersey.
Yeah.
And put brown tape and
see-through tape.
See-through tape and wrote IKF with the number 7. Again, obviously it was see-through, so you could just obviously it was Stroman, but that's why we started this, man. It's people that can have fun with this. Have fun with watching the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah,
awesome stuff.
That is why we do this. Just like the guy who pulled out the Bradley Zimmer jersey out of the box. Like those are the videos.
All time.
Those are the pictures. That's why we do this. That's a lot of fun.
All time.
One more thing. We had a Cody Bellinger signing overnight.
Yes.
Is that
a lot of loser posting about that?
Of course, loser posting about everything. Twitter's not real life. We gotta remember that it is not real life. There's people with thoughts outside of Twitter. It is starting more and more to feel like Matt Chapman is coming back to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Is it though? It kind of is, man. Matt Chapman is going to get nothing, and he's going to like it. He's going to pretty much play here for free at this point.
Yeah, he's going to do the Brandon Belt thing from last year. You're right, where Belt said he's playing for free, even though he's making $9 million. I think if there's a deal similar to the one they gave Bellinger, I'm fine to have Matt Chapman back.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt the books. Like, right? And obviously if you could do that opt-out option, right? They have the opt-out options in the Bellinger contract.
Yep. He's opt-outs after 1 and 2 years.
Yes.
Scott Boras seemed to like tuck his tail.
He took the L.
As he should have. Like he also doesn't have Blake Snell is the one that needs to be getting all the money. The other two, there's still a bunch of question marks. So I think Chapman could take a similar deal to what Bellinger got, and I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I'd be fine with it too. I'm not going to complain if the Jays sign Matt Chapman. Let me make this clear. Will I complain watching his at-bats? You bet your fucking ass.
Yeah.
I will be complaining watching his at bats. Will I complain about? Obviously, it's a 6 or whatever 4 WAR player to your team. No, I can't complain about that. Right?
And then, yeah, like just Escobar's gone. There'll be some shuffling up of the team, but I think it makes sense to have Chappie come back at this point.
Throw him in the 8 hole, 7 hole. Just hide him. Varsho,
Like,
Var,
honestly,
Var,
it's not that bad of an idea.
Varsho's moved up in my rankings, so Varsho up, Choppy to hell, Choppy to 8. But yeah, I want to like that. Obviously, seems like that's what's going to happen, right, Dave? Like, I mean, it's between the Jays and the Mariners, right? Maybe the Giants, but
every other team has to give up a pick though if you sign Chapman. The Jays don't.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't say no to Matt Chapman, even though I will hate watching him play. I want to make that very clear. I will hate watching him physically play baseball or hit. I would not say no to signing a guy that's that good.
Are you mad of the Bellinger money?
No, I didn't want like we obviously
Bellinger
talked
money
ourselves
for a
into him
different
being
team.
here,
Yeah.
but like he wasn't life or death for me like he was for some Blue Jays people, like Blue Jays fans. He wasn't life or death. Like, oh, we don't get Bellinger, we're fucked. But I will say, BK made a good point where he said, we thought the Jays would shift from Ohtani to Bellinger, and Bellinger took like significantly less. Like, it would have been a nothing cost for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, I'm not like whatever. If he's bad this year, it'll be objectively funny because all the loser posting from Jay's Twitter. But I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. It's done. What's done is done. He's a Cub. I don't have to worry about him. Never have to watch him play. So I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, if you need one more good year of data out of him, and I don't like he deserved some more money. If he did this 5 years ago, he would have got more money as well. But it's just in the day and age of how you look at hitters and analytically driven approaches to signing people, has kind of fucked him here.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But obviously there's still Snell on the board. There's still Montgomery, who I think is also really good as well. Who's had a career of being really good. There's also that's it actually. It's just them two left, right?
Pitching wise, those are the biggest ones for sure.
And then Chapman. Sorry, I miss Chapman. But yeah. Anyways, man, this is the week, Avery. I mean, we're gonna this time next week we will be in Florida. I still get chills even saying it. I've never been to spring training in Florida. I've been in the Arizona one multiple times.
I've never been either.
This is going to be awesome to see. I'm sure there'll be tons of you down there who are the listeners. Obviously, we'll be there. So if you see us, come say what's up. I'm excited for the vlog. The content's going to be incredible. Having all the Jays guys come over to the Gate 14 house will be incredible. It's Alto and Curtis being a part of it as well. My two of my best friends is just icing on the cake as well. So it's going to be incredible. And let's have ourselves a week. Next time we will be talking to you, me and Avery will be in person on the couch at the Gate 14 house coming at you live for the first in-person podcast in St. Louis. And we all remember that one.
I think we'll try and be more sober for this one.
Yeah, we'll be sober for this one, but
more sober.
Anyways, love you guys, man. Let's have ourselves a week. Enjoy baseball on the TV again, or enjoy the first 3 innings of every game you watch, or 4 innings. But let's go. We're here, man. We're 3 weeks away from opening day. So I love you guys. Gate 14 forever, and we will talk to you guys next Sunday.